Hey, my name is Wouter. I'm the founder of DecisionVault. And in this video, I'll show the new HubSpot integration we built out. So you'll find it under Settings, Integrations, under the CRM and Case Management Systems. You'll be asked to authenticate with HubSpot and give it permission to connect from DecisionVault to your HubSpot account. And once you get in there, there's one thing you need to do if you want to be able to create deals, which is to pick the pipeline and stage where DecisionVault should create new deals. So that's one workflow. You can also link to existing HubSpot deals. I'll show that in a second. So I'll select one here. You can map to HubSpot custom fields on the contact level. So from the different DecisionVault fields can be mapped to different HubSpot fields. We also have several event fields. I'll go into more detail on that in a moment to show you how that works and what can be done with that. That really lets you link triggers from DecisionVault into HubSpot workflow. So when the client starts on the questionnaire, when the client submits the questionnaire, you can link those triggers back to HubSpot and use those then to trigger different workflows in HubSpot. For instance, when you're emailing to remind the client, you could stop emailing them. And then some matter fields that can get mapped. Maybe it should say deal fields. We're mapping these to a HubSpot deal. So when I have my planning questionnaire and I have the deal description, I might put the name of the trust into there, right? So that's one field that we can get carried over, just as an example. So what does that look like when I do the create workflow? I'm going here to sync this matter to HubSpot. I have the choice to link it to an existing HubSpot deal or to create a new one. I'll show the linking in a moment. One thing to keep in mind is that with HubSpot, the way that the contacts are linked to a deal makes it a little hard to identify who these people are. Like when we link them in, let's say, a Clio or a Lawmatics, you have these roles that they have. But in HubSpot, everyone is kind of a client. So we're restricting it to just let you sync the clients for now. If there's feedback that people have and expansions that we might make in the future, we might get there. But for now, you can sync the clients over. And then from here, I can run my HubSpot sync. It's already done. And here is my deal in HubSpot that has the two clients attached to it. So that's one workflow, is to run it from DecisionVault and create a deal in HubSpot. If you have a more, let's say, automated workflows, set of automated workflows running through HubSpot already, then there's something else that you can do, which is to send the client a link over email that gets them into DecisionVault questionnaire. But not just that, it would carry over the identifier of the HubSpot matter. And that's what makes it possible to then send some automated triggers over the wire. So I'll show what it means. So let's say we have a workflow on the deal level. We have to take one particular action first, which is to set a property value. So here I am creating this link, basically. So it's a text value on the deal, DecisionVault deal specific link. And it is the, what you need to put in there is the link from your dashboard. This is on my local dev environment, but in your case, this will say app.decisionvault.com/open/law office, etc. So you'll take that link and you put it in your, in here under setting a property value. And I want to fold in, it's a deal object, and you have to create this property first. And then you're folding in /HSPT, this HubSpot, / and then the record ID. Record ID is the matter ID identifier in HubSpot. So HubSpot in this workflow, your workflow can have all sorts of steps before. We'll need to create and set that property value for a moment, and then can send an email. Now, what should go in your email? Well, in your email, you can say something like, hey, welcome, please go fill in our questionnaire. And then you can put in that link, and then this is where it might get a little tacky, which is that you have to make that a hyperlink, right? So we have to make it a hyperlink to the deal.DecisionVault deal specific link. So once you have that as a hyperlink, now when HubSpot sends the email, let me show you the email that goes out. It will show up like this. And then here, when I hover over that, it shows me that it has that questionnaire and it has the HubSpot identifier folded in. So if we copy that link for a moment and then start on opening that link, DecisionVault has gathered that identifier and redirected you to just create an account. But now it knows which matter this is linked to. So if I'm starting with client something at example.com. So there's several triggers that can get carried over to HubSpot. So the first one that runs is right when the client creates that deal, DecisionVault in the background will check if that identifier that came over on the link is actually something under your HubSpot account. It's a deal there. And if it is, it sets a custom field to true that the intake has started. So if I go back to my deal in HubSpot, it was this deal. So here now we have this deal, and DecisionVault in the background has set these two bits of information. So the matter identifier in DecisionVault, so there's a way to create jump links to that matter. And then it set the questionnaire started to yes. So that can be a trigger for other workflows to run. So this is what happens at the start. And also we have DecisionVault questionnaire submitted. So that one in a moment will get filled as well. So if the client now goes through, so the client will work through, they'll submit the questionnaire to you. And when they do, this then again in the background will run a process to flag that in HubSpot. So when we jump back into my deal in HubSpot and refresh that, and then we shall see that now indeed DecisionVault questionnaire submitted is set to yes. And then there's one final trick that we can do here. Because we know which deal this is linked to in HubSpot, now when I look under my deals, I have my deal here. When I go to link it to HubSpot, DecisionVault already knows and suggests the deal that we're going to link this to. So I'm going to select that matter. If I have a certain naming convention in HubSpot that I want to carry over, I can let the DecisionVault matter get renamed to what it was in HubSpot. And then I need to map the people that are there. If you have several in HubSpot that you might not have in DecisionVault, you can skip them. But in this case, we do have this person. So I'm going to link the matter and then run that sync again. And now it has updated that contact in HubSpot. So I have my John Spitt client. So that's here. So that's how the integration works between DecisionVault and HubSpot.